If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
KFI AM 640. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, live on Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. Okay, so we've had fires this year. We've had a few earthquakes this year. We've had some floods this year, depending on where you were in Southern California. Did I miss anything? Oh, yeah, now we're under tsunami watch. So that means we have to worry about a wall of water potentially coming ashore at various times in California. If you're in Crescent City, California, the tsunami, you'll be under tsunami watch until 11:55 p.m. tonight. Hey, Mark, good evening first. And where's Port Angeles, Washington? Do you know where that is?
Actually, no. It's been a while since I've been back. Port Angeles.
Yeah, if you don't know, that's fine because they're under tsunami watch until 12:20 a.m. And there's San Francisco. They're under tsunami watch until 12:40 a.m. Santa Barbara, 12:50 a.m. tonight, turning Wednesday. And Los Angeles, 1:05 a.m.
Okay, Port Angeles is in Puget Sound, so it's not anywhere near Seattle property. It's on the Olympic Peninsula.
Okay. Newport Beach, 1:10 a.m. Bellingham, Washington, 1:10 a.m.
Yeah, Bellingham's way up in the north part of the state.
Oceanside, 1:15 a.m. and La Jolla, down near San Diego, 1:15 a.m. And the tsunami watch, according to tsunami.gov, will remain in effect until further notice. Yeah, I may have started off with some flippancy, but it is serious that we are under tsunami watch because of that 8.7 8.8 earthquake, depending on the news outlet you might have seen, which was off the coast of Russia, Kamchatka, some time ago earlier today. And so also I think it's 7 p.m. that the tsunami watch is supposed to extend to Hawaii. And it's 7 p.m. Hawaii time, which is about 10 p.m. Our time, meaning we'll get a better sense of what, if anything, is heading Hawaii's way before the show is over. So we'll definitely be monitoring that and keeping you informed as we go throughout the evening if we should get more information. But we had to start right there because we had been talking about the number of earthquakes that we had been having here in California. I'm not a seismologist, so I can't tell you where this was as far as the Pacific Rim and how that impacts the San Andreas fault line, if at all. Can't tell you about any of that, but I do know that that was a major earthquake for the region. Anything over 7 is tremendous. And if you know the Richter scale, it's exponentially greater as you go up the Richter scale. So we have not heard, I don't know, unless you want to contradict me, Mark, heard anything about damages, destruction in that area.
Not about this particular thing, Mo.
So we'll continue to monitor it. We'll let you know if there's other information regarding the tsunami watch. But if you're just tuning in, there was a major earthquake off the coast of Russia tonight, and it was registering between 8.7 and 8.8. All of California, the West Coast, and also Hawaii is under tsunami watch because of that. Now, tsunami, it could be anywhere from 5 feet high waves to 30 feet high waves. There's no way for us to tell this far out. But we'll be under tsunami watch here in Southern California until about 1:15 a.m. Wednesday morning. So we'll give you updates as we go throughout the evening if any of that information should change. But tonight, here on Later with Mo Kelly, we're also going to talk about this new Tesla diner in Hollywood. It's only been open a week, and people are protesting, trying to close it down. Grand opening? Grand closing? Maybe? We'll find out. And we'll tell you about the most stressed out cities in America as of 2025. I wonder if LA's on this list. I wonder how stressed are we? Because if you listen to radio and television, you think that we're just pulling our hair out. Mm-hmm. You know, you would think that we'd be going crazy, but we'll find out if we here in Southern California are amongst the most stressed cities in all of America. And did you hear about that Disney parade drama? This tourist that got banned for life from every Disney property in the world. Now, I remember I got kicked out of Disneyland, but I wasn't banned from every Disney property on the face of the earth forever.
Almost.
Well, it could have been. It could have gone that way. You know, I'll tell you that story because I guess some people in the Momigos, in the Motown chat, have not heard that story. So every few years I have to recycle it and let people know about the time I was kicked out of Disneyland. I was thrown in literal Disneyland jail in an actual cell. It wasn't like I was just taken to some place in the park and sat on a bench. No. They put me in an actual jail cell for what I did. I had to stay there for 6 hours. It was during the summer. It was during band camp. And yes, one time at band camp. And then I was put out of the park and I had to call my parents to come get me. And my father hung up on me. He refused. True story. We'll tell you about that and so much more. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with that tsunami watch for all of California. It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And we told you before it was completed about the new Tesla diner. It's now completed. It's been open about maybe 7 or 8 days. And if you don't know, it's at 7001 West Santa Monica Boulevard. It has EV charging, it has food and drink. When I say a drive-in theater, it's a drive-in theater, but it has 2 different screens, and they're huge. And if you happen to be in the neighboring apartment building, well, it blocks out the sun, and you cannot see anything except the back of the screen. So I know the people in the neighboring apartment building don't like it. The traffic, from what I hear, is outrageous and ridiculous because it's a charging station. So people are coming there ostensibly to charge their Tesla vehicles, and they may be there for more than an hour, hence the drive-in theater. And then you just have the traffic, which is already bad on Santa Monica Boulevard in Hollywood. And residents, they thought they were getting one thing, and they realized it's something much, much worse.
The grand opening of the new Tesla diner in Hollywood has attracted a lot of customers. But longtime residents say it's creating a noisy traffic nightmare.
We were really excited for the supercharger station. We thought it would bring good business to the area, but it has caused insane gridlock from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m.
It's impossible to park. It's you can't even get in and out of your own driveway.
Right.
It takes 2 people to just get in and out. You need one person to go and wrangle traffic while the other person waits in the car to get through it.
To me, it just seems like it's a safety hazard. And then all throughout the nights, you're hearing a lot of just beeping.
Video shows just how packed the surrounding streets are at night.
Now, you got to imagine, Hollywood is already bad just in a normal course of Southern California life. Then you throw this on Santa Monica Boulevard, and it's probably 10 times worse.
Aside from the diner being open 24/7, there are...
Wait, it's open 24/7? They have to deal with this 24/7? You're going to hear the beeps and the people in the movies 24/7?
Aside from the diner being open 24/7...
You can't just say aside. That's not like a minor detail. That's a major detail. They have to deal with the traffic 24/7.
Aside from the diner being open 24/7, there are more than 50 Tesla chargers here.
50 Tesla chargers. And they're always full. 50 Tesla chargers, people staying at least an hour or two. They're showing movies 24 hours a day, and you're hearing people coming and going. Well, that's got to be horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, aside from it being open 24/7.
Aside from the diner being open 24/7, there are more than 50 Tesla chargers here.
I can imagine that if there's like an emergency or anything, an ambulance would literally not be able to get to us.
Or figuratively, you know.
Emergency or anything, an ambulance would literally not be able to get to us. And that's extremely concerning for me because my parents are elderly.
They did not say, hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go.
That's not even the funniest part. People who are only listening on the radio and can't see the video are missing the what do you call those things with the that are inflated by air on car lots that bob around?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Wacky,
Well,
inflatable dancing things.
Yeah, they have those doing Nazi salutes, imitating the salute Musk has done.
That's the best cheer, the best protest they could come up with. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. You had all week to think of something better.
You
than
got
that.
something better? You want to freestyle something?
I probably could, but I can't probably say it on the air.
Ah.
You know, that it probably would be inappropriate.
Elon Musk has got to go.
I mean, you could find something that would rhyme with Nazi, like Yahtzee, or I don't know.
I think I said to somebody a few days ago, apparently they did not see the daily specials.
Elon Musk has got to go.
Anti-Doge protesters gathering outside the diner over the weekend.
Wait a minute. So they're anti-Doge protesters? They're not like anti-diner protesters? How do they know they're protesting because of Doge? Why would you go to the Tesla diner just for Doge? Doge is not even in the news anymore.
It's all Musk, all under one big old South African umbrella.
He's got to go.
Elon Musk has got to go.
Anti-Doge protesters gathering outside the diner over the weekend, adding to the noise.
This is just bringing so much chaos to our block.
The diner has only been open for 1 week, but these residents are already looking for a fix.
I would like to see a little bit more regulation, just like people kind of directing traffic.
They should rent a local lot, and they should have overflow waiting at the lot and use all the apps that are built into their Teslas to let people know when it's their turn.
Or they'll do nothing and everything will stay as it is because it's Elon Musk and he does whatever he wants.
And from the Office of City Council District 13 said, our office has been in touch with the Department of Transportation to increase its presence in the area to deter idling and loitering.
To deter idling and loitering? Deter. Not actually do anything about it. Just, I don't know, send a helpful suggestion that is frowned upon, that is something that they don't exactly support. But here's the serious conversation, and Mark Runner touched upon it. Is everything that Elon Musk does now toxic? Is everything that he is connected to by name, association, or actual presence toxic? Does this hurt the Tesla brand? Does this hurt the Tesla diner brand? Or is this just momentary? In 2-3 weeks, everything will settle down and it'll just kind of go back to normal. I asked that because we had talked about Waymo in Santa Monica and that charging station, how it was keeping people up at night and it was making so much noise. We heard about it once, and then we didn't hear about it again. Because, you know, we look for Waymo stories, and there was nothing that we heard about that anymore. I wonder, given the immense investment that Tesla / Elon Musk has made in this diner, and this is not a one-off. They're going to be building these in a number of places. I wonder how impactful Elon Musk is in the perception of these diners. This is just right now. I don't know if this is sustainable. You know how I feel about protests. Okay, you protested out on the street. You got on the news. Has Tesla Diner been forced to do anything? That's what I thought. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We are live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And when we come back, we'll tell you about the most stressed out cities in America. Is LA on the list? We'll tell you in just a moment.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And I get it. Sometimes you get stressed out. I do. You do. Steph does. Welcome back, Stephen. Mark
Thank
does. You. Mark is in a perpetual state of stressdom. Perpetual.
I want you to stop and consider how you contribute to that, Mo.
I only work with you a good 3 hours of the day. Okay, so it
3 hours a day, 5 days a week. It adds up.
It does, but the other stress of your life is not connected to me in any way.
Just own it. Take responsibility.
When I'm out of sight,
for
out
your
of
part.
mind.
Okay.
I mean, it's maybe something you need to get professional help with.
It'd be like couples counseling. You and I could go together.
No, that's not going to happen.
Sit next to each other on a couch.
Do we have to hold hands?
Share our feelings.
Oh, gosh. We're back into man keeping.
Manscaping.
But people may get stressed out, but there is a geographical component to your mental health. It may be the cost of living. It may be high crime. It could be a combination of factors. But there's a new study which reveals which urban areas are pushing residents to their quote-unquote breaking point. 77% of Americans feel stressed about the nation's future, and 73% worry about the economy. And this is according to the American Psychological Association. And also your zip code could be the difference between manageable daily pressure and overwhelming anxiety. So let's talk about the top 10 most stressed out cities in the nation. And let's see if anybody from California made the list. Coming in at number 10. Jackson, Mississippi. Mark, hold on. You might find a pattern.
I'm excited.
Work stress rank 58, financial stress rank 5, family stress rank 46 as far as ranking, and health and safety stress rank 14. Coming in at number 9 of the most stressed out cities in America. Birmingham, Alabama.
It's starting to take shape.
70th in work stress rank, 17th in financial stress rank, 6th in family stress rank. I mean, family members be stressing you to F out. And health and safety stress rank, 24th on the list. Coming in at number 8 of the most stressed out cities in America. Toledo, Ohio, interestingly enough. 35th in work stress, 18th in financial stress, 14th in family stress, and 19th in health and safety. Coming in at number 7. And it's interesting, these are relatively smaller cities by comparison, not the major urban centers. Coming in at number 7 until now. The city of brotherly hate, Philadelphia. 6th in work stress, 19th in financial, 31st in family stress, and 32nd health and safety, for an overall ranking of 7th of the most stressed out cities in America.
The Rocky statue doesn't bring it down at all?
Maybe it does. And otherwise it would have been like, top 3.
Huh.
I don't know. Coming in at number 6 of the most stressed out cities in America. And we're back on pattern. Shreveport, Louisiana. 74th in work stress, 4th in financial stress, 48th in family stress, and 5th in health and safety. Coming in number 5 of the most stressed out cities in America. Memphis, Tennessee. 80th in work stress, 8th in financial stress, 9th in family stress, and number 1 overall in health and safety stress rank. So don't go to Memphis. Number 4, the most stressed out cities in America. Gulfport, Mississippi. 83rd in work stress because no one has a job. 9th in financial stress, 1st in family stress, and 13th in health and safety stress. Number 3 of the most stressed out cities in America. Anybody from California? Baltimore, Maryland. 3rd in work stress, 2nd in financial stress, 13th in family stress, and 38th in health and safety. Coming at number 2 of the most stressed out cities in America. I guess Ohio's just a stressed out state. Cleveland comes in at number 2. Number 68 in work stress, number 1 overall in financial stress, 7th in family stress, and 2nd in health and safety stress rank.
That's a bit of a shocker, I think.
Yeah, you'd think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would do something to alleviate that.
Just made it worse.
People arguing about who should be in the hall. Any guesses for number 1 overall?
I'm guessing it's someplace possibly in the South.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stephen?
I'm thinking something, somewhere around that area.
Thinking the South?
It's got to be.
Okay. Carnisha, any guess? Since you're from the South?
Oh, well, I was thinking a southern state, too. Maybe Kansas.
That's not exactly the South.
What,
but, you know,
mid? It's in the mid.
it's like in the Midwest.
Oh!
We're going to have some geography lessons on this show eventually. Coming in number 1 of the most stressed out city in America. Surprisingly, interestingly, it's not a city from the South. It's from the Midwest or kind of the East, depending on how you view the city. So Carnisha's not wrong when she was thinking it was somewhere in the Midwest. Detroit. Number 1.
Okay. Well, no arguments there, right?
That makes sense.
It's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I've been to Detroit enough. Yeah, they're still stressed out. 14th in work stress, 3rd in financial stress, 2nd in family stress, and 4th in health and safety. And I'm thinking if they're most stressed out now, what were they 10, 15 years ago? Because from what I've heard, the city is much better now than 10, 15 years ago.
It's so bad there that I could afford a house there.
Oh, what's worse is the houses were, I would say, 2 and 3 times what they were. Like if you bought a house in, I'll say the early 2000s, it's probably 1/3 of that price now. They're dirt cheap right now in Detroit, but it's Detroit. So do you want to live in Detroit?
No. Could they also have turning on the tap to get water stress there?
There's that. I think that's more Michigan overall. You know, they've had some water issues, including Flint. So yeah, there are a lot of things to worry about. And that's part of the health and safety stress rank. They come in 4th. So yeah, there are a lot of issues there, but it's still, I'm trying to think, I haven't been there in at least 20 years, unfortunately. I think the last time I went there was when my mother's mother passed away. So I think that's the last time I was in Detroit, but it's much better now from what I hear of the people that I know who are still there relative to 20 years ago.
I think their Board of Tourism has their job cut out for them.
Oh, absolutely. Because all the things which drew people there, from the automotive industry, to manufacturing, as far as jobs, they're just not there anymore. Obviously, Motown is no longer there. All the things which drew people to the city just don't exist there anymore.
And not even RoboCop.
No. I think he's still there because that's why there's,
Okay.
He's helping clean up.
Okay.
KFI AM 640. We're going to talk about Disneyland and getting kicked out of every single Disney park in the world. That wasn't me, but I'll tell you about the time I did get kicked out of Disneyland and put in Disneyland jail. True story.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Ooh, later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And Mark Runner's going to get a real kick out of this story. I don't think, did I ever tell this story while we worked together, Mark?
I'm not sure.
So.
This is about you being put in a timeout by Mickey?
Yes.
Did you try to go the full Donald? Walk around with no pants?
No, I didn't do that. It was something much, much worse.
Worse?
Yeah, it was worse.
Oh, do tell.
Okay. Let me set it up this way. There was a Disney parade in Florida at Disney World. And Martha Lucia Zapata Echeverri, a 51-year-old visitor from Spain, was arrested on July 21st at Disney World after allegedly assaulting a 17-year-old girl during the nightly parade. And if you've ever been to Disney World or Disneyland and you want to sit on Main Street for the parade, people, sometimes they're jostling for position so they can get the best sight line. And sometimes people get a little impatient, or they try to move you out of the way or sit in front of you. And sometimes, you'll have verbal altercations. Well, this extended into a physical altercation where, according to the arrest affidavit, a teenager said she was standing on Main Street waiting for the show when this woman, Zapata Echeverria, tried to make space by putting a hand on her and escalated by grabbing her arm hard enough to leave bruises and nail marks. The teen told authorities she asked the woman not to touch her, but this woman allegedly yanked her out of the way anyway. When deputies arrived to break up the altercation, they found no other injuries and no surveillance footage, but they did observe visible marks on her arm. And Zapata Echeverri, who was originally from Colombia and visiting on a tourist visa from Spain, claimed she was just trying to follow her daughter through the crowd, and the teen pushed her first. She was charged with child abuse and ordered not to return to any Disney property. Her bond was set at $2,500, and Disney said, we'll do you one better. You are banned for life. That's her. Let me just tell this story from Mark, just in case he hasn't heard it.
Some tough love out of Disney.
40 years ago, because I was 15 years old, and it was in the summer, so it might have been to the day. I don't remember when exactly it was, except it was during the summer, 1985. I was at band camp. And band camp, we went to Disneyland for 2 of the 3 years that I went. Went to Disneyland, and my boys, there was Pat Geyer, first and last name, Pat Geyer, who played baritone horn, and Adam Nyhus, who was in the drum line with me. We were both on toms that year. We were hanging out together. And we were going around the park. We didn't have a lot of money between us, and so we were kind of Disneyland bored, And then we started getting ourselves into mischief. It's not there anymore, but they had the Sky Gondola at the time, which would take you from one side of the park to the other. It would like take you from Tomorrowland to, I don't know, Adventureland or something like that. Go from one side to the other side.
And people like you ruined it for everyone else.
I couldn't have been the only one. Okay. I couldn't have been. But we were up on the Sky Gondola, and it goes about maybe 7 or 8 miles an hour. And it's like a ski lift, if you will. And it's taking you from one side to the other. And first time we went across, we were taking the paper off straws, blowing them off, and just having them, float down and touch people in the line. And that was not thrilling enough. So we decided on the way back to up the ante. And we were getting ketchup mustard packets from Carnation Don't Judge. Okay. I'm reformed now. We got these ketchup mustard packets, and we would open them up and we would squeeze them out and try to hit people in line, of which we were mostly successful.
It's raining mustard at Disneyland.
Yes, it is. And people are looking up. It's like, where's it? And we hit this guy, and I'll never forget. I don't know if he's even still alive, because he had to have been at least 20, 30 years older than us. He was old. He was like 45 at the time. Hit this guy. He was in the line for the Matterhorn, and he was near the front. And that was intentional. We're thinking like, he's at the front of the line. He's not going to come after us. He's going to lose his place in line. And he had this pressed white dress shirt on. We got his ass good. Who knows? He might be listening right now. Because he would remember. He would remember. And we hit him with both ketchup and mustard. Now remember, the Sky Gondola is only going 7 miles an hour. Not very fast. He looked up. We were trying to hide in the gondola so he would not know what we would look like. but we could tell that he was chasing after us from one side of the park to the other. We thought if we hit him early in the ride, he's not going to chase us to the other side. But our dumbasses don't figure out that he knows exactly where we're going.
You didn't know the average land speed velocity of a U.S. senior citizen in Disneyland. When I was your age, I did the exact same thing in nasty little Spokane, Washington. And I'll tell you, the seniors, they're relentless.
They are.
They won't stop. And if let's say you're hanging on the back of the bike after you've made an obscene gesture at one, and he comes charging after you, you want the guy pedaling to go as fast as he can. Because if they catch you, they're not letting go.
Well, the only problem is it wasn't fast enough. When we got to the other station on the other side of the park, they opened it up and we started running out, and he didn't quite get to the platform. He said, stop them, like stop those kids. And our dumbasses, and I mean we were dumb, we actually stopped. We should have just kept on running. And then the guy in the lumberjack costume said, don't go anywhere. And the guy came up and said, he was cussing. He said, those motherfucker, they were dropping ketchup mustard on me. Look at my shirt. Who's going to pay for my shirt? I do remember him saying that. And me being a smart ass, I said, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You got us confused with someone else.
Well, yeah, what else would you say?
Then the lumberjack guy closed the door to the cabin thing, and there was ketchup mustard strewn down the outside.
CSI, calling Disney CSI.
So we couldn't move. He said, you have to wait right here. So we had to wait for park security. Everyone is filing through the line, looking at us like, ooh, you going to get it. So they walk us. I remember because it's a long walk. They walked us from the end of the Sky Gondola ride to like the other side of the park. Some of it was in the park. Some of it was behind the park in the secret passageways and everything. And they took us to the Disneyland jail. It was an absolute, actual jail holding cells. And we were all put in different cells so we couldn't communicate with each other. And you could see, this was in 1985, the undercover armed security coming in. And they were bringing in people. They were filing reports, and they would take out their gun. Like you could see, they've had undercover armed security at Disneyland since the 1980s. So who knows what it's like now? But we were held in our cells for I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours, because we originally thought that we were going to go back on the bus with the rest of the band camp group.
Oh, not after flinging condiments, you weren't.
Well, here's the thing. They put us out of the park, and we had to wait outside for like another 2-3 hours. And the chaperone, and I cannot remember her name, my goodness, she stayed out there with us, and we had to go to the payphone outside the park and tell our parents to come get us. I called my dad. I should say I called home, and my dad was the one who answered the phone. And I said, I need you or mommy to come get me because I got put out of Disneyland. And he said, you effing what? You mother effing what? And I told him again, and he hung up on me. And then I looked at my chaperone. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. They're hanging up on me. So I called back. I know we got to go to break. I called back my mother, and both my mother is a teacher at the school I'm going to. This is a school band camp. So she was really hot. And she said, is there any way that they'll let you back on the bus? And I said, I don't know. They're saying I have to call my parents. And so I put the chaperone on with my mother, who's a teacher at the school. So she cajoled it, said whatever she had to say. So they allowed us back on the bus. And then we got back to school, and my father was waiting on me, and my mother was waiting on me. And it was all bad after that.
How bad?
Straight.
Exactly how bad?
Well, when my parents, I'm in high school, so then I didn't get a physical beating, but when I'm put on restrictions back then, they put me on for months. Months where all I could do was go to school, come home. Didn't have any computer games back then. You just sat in the house. There was no TV. You have to go to bed at 9:00.
You just had to reflect on your condiment-based misbehavior.
That's right. And I have been a model citizen ever since.
You were able to catch up.
KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.